South Korea has issued urgent warnings that North Korea stands fully prepared to conduct another nuclear weapons test, requiring only final authorization from leader Kim Jong-un to proceed. Intelligence assessment confirmed that Pyongyang has completed all necessary technical preparations at its Cheonggi-3 nuclear test site, positioning the regime to dramatically escalate regional tensions at short notice. This development occurs against a backdrop of intensified military cooperation between South Korea, the United States, and Japan, with joint military exercise and strategic dialogues reaching unprecedented levels of coordination. A North Korean nuclear test would mark the regime's first such detonation in years, potentially triggering a new security crisis across East Asia and challenging the effectiveness of international non-proliferation efforts. The timing of these preparations suggests Pyongyang may be attempting to exploit perceived divisions in regional alliance or test the resolve of newly strengthened defense partnership under the Trump administration. South Korean authorities are coordinating closely with Washington to develop comprehensive response strategy that could include enhanced sanctions, military demonstrations, and diplomatic isolations aimed at deterring North Korean nuclear ambitions. In a landmark strategic decision, U.S. President Donald Trump has approved South Korea's long-standing requests to develop nuclear-powered submarine capabilities, a move that fundamentally altered the military balance in the Indo-Pacific region. The agreement, finalized during Trump's meeting with South Korean President Lee Myung, includes comprehensive cooperation on trade, defense technology transfer, and naval modernization programs. U.S. Secretary of Defense Peter Hegseth formally announced Washington's active support for Seoul's ambitious submarine program during the 57th U.S. Republic of Korea Security Consultative Meeting, emphasizing that the initiative would significantly enhance deterrence against North Korean aggression. The joint statement outlined plans to accelerate investment in South Korea's naval capabilities, enable maintenance and repair of U.S. warships in Korean ports, and establish new frameworks for technology sharing. While both Washington and Seoul celebrate the agreement as a strategic breakthrough, regional powers, including China, have expressed serious concerns about potential nuclear proliferation risk and the possibility of triggering a new arms race across East Asia. Global non-proliferation watchdogs have warned that the deal could undermine international safeguards and set precedents that other nations might seek to emulate. The White House is reportedly evaluating multiple military intervention options against Venezuela, with sources indicating three distinct operational plans ranging from targeted airstrikes to ground operations aimed at regime change. According to intelligence report, these contingency plans include precision strikes on Venezuelan military infrastructures, special force missions targeting key government officials, and large-scale operations designed to seize controls of the nation's oil field. The strategic assessment comes amid escalating tensions in the Caribbean region, with U.S. naval assets positioned near Venezuelan waters and persistent allegation of CIA-led covert activities within Venezuelan territory. Defense analysts warn that any military intervention could have catastrophic consequences for regional stability, potentially triggering massive refugees flow, economic collapse, and widespread civilian casualties. The Venezuelan government has responded to these threats by activating its comprehensive defense plan, with Interior Minister Diosdado Cabello urging citizens to prepare for prolonged active resistance against what Caracas described as continuous U.S. aggression spanning 2 decades. This military posturing occurs against the backdrop of deteriorating U.S.-Venezuelan relations and growing Russian military support for the Maduro regime. Russia has signaled its intention to supply Venezuela with advanced hypersonic missile systems, specifically the Oreshnik missile platform that Russian officials claim is virtually impossible to intercept and capable of carrying both a conventional and nuclear warhead. This potential arms transfer represents a significant escalation in Moscow's strategic partnership with Caracas and directly challenge U.S. dominance in the Western Hemisphere. Venezuelan officials have framed this military cooperation as essential for national sovereignty, with Cabello emphasizing that Venezuela must be ready for the worst scenarios amid perceived U.S. threats. The strategic implications of Russian hypersonic missiles in Venezuela would fundamentally alter regional security dynamics, potentially giving Caracas the ability to threaten U.S. territory and military installations across the Caribbean and southeastern United States. This development has triggered intense diplomatic activity in Washington, with National Security Advisor reportedly conducting emergency assessment of defensive options and countermeasures. The convergence of U.S. military planning against Venezuela and Russian arms transfers to Caracas has created a volatile situation that could precipitate direct confrontation between major powers in a region traditionally considered America's strategic backyard. If you have made it this far, congratulations. You have unlocked the truth. I want to ask you a quick question though. With two major crises erupting simultaneously, the nuclear escalation on the Korean Peninsula and the potential for a superpower proxy clash in Venezuela, which of these flashpoints do you consider to be the most immediately dangerous for triggering a wider global conflict? And what do you think is the underlying thread connecting these disparate geopolitical events? And why? Join the debate. We want to hear your insightful opinion on where this is all heading in our community. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Like the video, hit the notification bell, and most importantly, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one.